May 22nd. Opening day, official opening day of Epic Universe. We managed to get our way here, Liz and I. It's about an hour or so before rope drop, I think. It's almost, it's 8 o'clock.
Yes, I'm still
very
recording.
Exciting.
Oh my God.
It's very, very exciting. There's fireworks going up, green and orange fireworks. There's a few
pretty.
They're just, we're ready. It's time to go to Epic Universe. The Chronos is working. Everything appears to be in order to transport us to another universe. Wow. Jeez Louise. I think it's open. I think it's already open. It's only, I thought they're supposed to open at 9.
It looks like
it's
the wait is already 45 minutes.
Yes, but that's, hopefully not the case.
Okay.
That's what we're doing. We're here for recon today.
Okay.
This is a recon day.
Okay, well let's check it out.
Let's go check out
Yeah.
Monsters Unleashed. I keep saying Unleashed, it's Monsters Unchained. It's 45 minutes. I don't know if you can see that. That's Express. There's a big queue for Express, which is not a good sign.
Okay.
That means we're going to be waiting in standby probably for that 45 minutes.
Well, at least the queue's entertaining.
The queue's very entertaining. Oh, they've got it extended. We didn't see this when I was here. This whole extended queue, that's not good.
Well, let's see. That's why we're here. I'm here just to take it all in.
Oh boy. I hadn't even seen this part of the queue. So already this queue that we saw out here when we got here is thinned out a little bit. This extended queue, this is rope drop. This is, well, it's not even rope drop. It's 8:24. Rope drop?
What's that?
I thought the rope drop was at 9.
I don't know what's going on. It's all chaos, but it's exciting.
But they just come on in.
Yeah, apparently. And it's moving, so they're honestly loading things.
Yeah.
Dark into that one game that you played, Portal.
Yeah, right. So that was 6 minutes to get back into the interior queue.
Wow. Okay, Allie, this might be like a classic movie night, and I need to watch it.
Dark Lord delivery.
No. Wait. I'm so sorry.
So the queue is moving so far at a fairly brisk pace. We haven't really stopped at all.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so awesome, dude.
I know.
Going upstairs.
Yeah, I said the same thing. I said the same thing when we got here. I'm like, we're gonna go up the stairs?
I would like to stay 2 hours in this queue. No problem. No problem.
Everyone, the doctor is very excited to have you.
12 minutes so far. We've been upstairs for about 6. I love the lights. So the stairs, yeah, look, they've emptied it out. They've already cleared it.
Oh, wow.
That was full. So there's a morning rush. There's a morning rush also, a rope drop rush also, and then it thins out. And we're now in the first pre-show room.
This is a Catacombs Navigation Unit. All you little lab rats and your little lab rat friends get to ride one. You sit, ye go steers, nothing goes wrong. Yes, this is fun, yes?
I am Dr. Victoria Frankenstein. Today,
Oh no.
you chosen few will witness my greatest discovery yet.
Yeah.
Together, we will finish what my great-grandfather started. There's nothing to fear. Show them.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Lower the lights, quickly. Now. These people are friends. For years, I have studied and controlled the monsters.
He's recording at the end because he'll point to the direction your guests are supposed to go. It's really cute.
Remains. I will control my ultimate challenge. These two just don't get along. The Dracula experiment is the last piece of the puzzle.
Chairs, chairs. There's the chairs.
Why is there chairs?
I don't know. Nobody knows. But there's chairs. Why are there chairs? So that queue that we saw on the way in was not express. That was the queue. Hey guys. That was the queue to get into the gift shop. My goodness, these guys are all just trying to get into the gift shop. I think to actually just get in the ride and ride. We got done in 20 minutes from, how's it going? Good, good. From entering the queue to the vehicle. Hi guys. 20 minutes. It was 20 minutes to the vehicle. And I feel like these guys are gonna spend 20 minutes in there and they don't get the ride. Okay, so not for the gift shop to buy the soundtrack, actually. So that's kind of a thing, I guess. Yeah, I get that. And there's your confirmation. It's now posted at 20 minutes. They processed all where we saw people waiting in that queue. It is now empty, so it's back down to 20 minutes out here. So that's just a rope drop rush, just like you're gonna see around this park, I have a feeling. The bells are ringing. Time to go to Nintendo. Second thought, we need to go check out Battle at the Ministry in Harry Potter. I want to put eyes on the standby queue for right now for the Battle at the Ministry. They've taken it off virtual queue. There's standby only. And while that's great news because their virtual queue here did not work at all, it was a total disaster. So they just dropped it. It's standby only. But it's creating some massive standby queues early in the morning. That's one of the reasons why we were able to virtually walk on to Monsters right now in just 20 minutes, because almost everybody goes to Harry Potter. So let's check that out next. All right. Love it. So this is France. I don't know what to call this land, or universe. Don't say universe, or don't say land, say universe.
Friends, welcome in.
But I guess it's just France. I see a lot of people leaving though. A lot of people going in the opposite direction. Oh my. Okay, they've got a sign out. Oh, there's cheering. It doesn't say, but this is the back of the queue. There is only standby. Oh, okay, it's for this guy. They've got switchbacks out here. What? Oh my gosh. Do they have the posted wait time? Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you heard that. Behind me, Liz guffawing at a 300-minute posted wait time. 300 minutes. That's 5 hours. That's 5 hours.
I can't believe it actually says 300 minutes. It should say
That's a real thing.
Turn around or something.
Those are Hagrid levels right here. So
That's insane. Hagrid gets that intense?
when Hagrid first opened at Universal,
okay.
it was 8 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, but a lot of that has to do with breakdowns. It's breakdowns and plus.
Is this a breakdown right now?
Well, yeah. So we were just talking to somebody who said that while the attraction is open, I think they paused letting people even just to get in the queue, or it could be that there was a breakdown, and so they let people stay. They don't dump the queue. Like it's always a brief delay. I had a brief delay for 2 hours when I was here, back in April. I don't know how I want to measure this somehow. I want to see if I can figure out. I want to come back here in 5 hours, maybe 4.5.
Okay, sounds good.
We'll come back. What is it? 9?
It's 9:16 right
9:15. We'll come back at 9:4 or 11:12, 1:45. We'll come back at 1. Can you imagine? Like, that's like a third of your day here. Just about
100%.
third of your day.
If you're here, and
Not
you
more
want to
than
do
that.
this ride, then that's your day for sure.
That's a commitment. That's a real commitment. So that's why you don't want to rope drop it necessarily. I mean, you just decide basically.
100%.
Do you want to go on Harry Potter or don't you? Because I don't know. I think. Hi, how are you? I want to see if we're not going to go.
That's fine. I mean, honestly, the videos that I've seen, it really does do justice of what it looks like, and going into the queue and everything.
Yeah,
It looks great.
Breathtaking in there.
It's not going to be my only time. Like I'm sure in the future we'll be here again.
There is a chance though.
Unless we go out like at night.
That it goes down to like 2 hours later in the day.
Maybe we'll do that.
Maybe we'll do it at the end of the night.
Yeah, I'm down with
But I was thinking about doing. Well, we're going to go check Minecart. I want to see what the effect is. There's going to be. I guess what I'm saying is there's going to be a Harry Potter effect. There's going to be a Ministry effect on the whole park. If there is 6 hours worth of guests in here, that means there's 6 hours worth of guests that aren't in all the other attractions, right? So let's go check out Minecart and see what happens. And we'll come back here at 1:45. Here we go. And that's what we're here for. We're here to do a little recon on Minecart Mazes to see what its rope drop situation is. They opened this land a little later than they opened Dark Universe. What's Yoshi at right now? 5 minutes. 5. Yoshi's is at 5 minutes rope drop opening day. I repeat, Yoshi is at 5 minutes opening day rope drop.
Because it's a little dark ride. No one cares for the little dark rides, but we do.
It's the Harry Potter effect, I'm telling you.
Okay.
So look, this is a whole hidden land. Donkey Kong Country. And I have to say, I'm kind of shocked again. I mean, I'm half expecting it, but half shocked. There it goes.
Oh, how fun!
Yeah, most of the coaster's outdoors.
So cool.
You hear that beat? And yeah, just as I suspected, 25 minutes. I waited 2.5 hours for this.
This is your first day. This is what you were.
2.5 hours. Let's go see what we're gonna go for it. Let's do it. Well, first of all, we're going straight into that room. I waited in all of this. All of this.
Saying, knowing that it's like opening day,
Yeah.
it's only 20. But you're right. It's the Harry Potter effect.
It's Harry Potter.
Call this the Harry Potter effect.
It had been a solid hour before I got to this point right here. We're going right into the throne room. This is not 25 minutes.
It's not?
This space alone could be that long. It's a little less full than I was here. They had used all of these switchbacks also. It was a little denser, but this space alone could be 20 minutes. It took longer than that, but we had a lot of breakdowns while I was in this room, so I'm not sure. Well, so far this part of the queue is actually moving a little quicker than it did on our first trip. We're at 6 minutes and we're maybe halfway through. I was expecting 20. It feels like it might be more like 12. While I'm here, I want to update you on a couple things. I just took a screenshot of the app through Theme Park IQ. It looks like Harry Potter went down. It just, I had it out there, it was at 300, but then I looked it up again just now, and it is now, let me make sure. Yeah, oh, there it is. Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministry is closed. Brief delay. There's that word again. They use brief delay a lot. But also, it is 9:40 in the morning. We've been open for just over an hour. The meet and greet, the toothless meet and greet in the Isle of Berk is at 100 minutes. That's on our list of things to go check out and put an eye on. But I have a feeling that that's going to be one of the more competitive things you'll find. So you might want to, if that's super priority, you might want to rope drop that, I guess. But even at 9:40, it's already too late to get any kind of discount. So that's just 13 minutes at this point. We've passed whatever his name is, Grandpa Kong, I think, or something like that.
Something as simple as that. If we're so sorry.
I did know it once, but now I've forgotten. But 13 minutes to that point, and this is the final stretch right here. So maybe another 5 to 10 minutes on this stretch, and then we're to our vehicle. This, by the way, is single rider. It is often the case that single rider is closed, but it looks to be open, I think now, because the guest just went through. So single rider is a definite possibility for guests trying to skip even the 25-minute queue. Cranky Kong.
Cranky Kong.
Cranky Kong.
Cranky Kong.
Cranky Kong.
I really like the movie, and is Fred Emerson, is that his name?
Oh, I don't know who plays him.
I think it's Fred something.
Arvidsson.
Arvidsson, thank you. He was great, and I really love that movie, and I really hope they do a second one. They should, because like they found Yoshi's egg. They have to bring Yoshi.
Well, they are doing a sequel.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's probably a Yoshi sequel.
Yeah, I want a Yoshi. Yeah.
All right, so we're at 20 minutes to the vehicle. So it was 20, yeah.
5 minutes long.
Right on. They nailed it.
What? Oh, it's so pretty.
That's so cool.
Is that it?
I think so, yeah. So I ran into Chris from LMG. Brilliant low light POV videos.
That's the best coverage on
Shut up. But you said you got into the Harry Potter queue at rope drop-ish?
So you mean today, right?
Today, yeah.
Today we got here at rope drop, and they let us in, and then they were like, "Oh, sorry, it broke. We don't know it's going to reopen."
But did they kick you out?
No.
They did not dump the queue.
We were here the 19th.
Did you get brief delay?
No.
Over this, they said it's going to be a brief delay?
Yes, brief delay. Yes.
Brief delay.
Brief delay.
But you just bailed on your
I
own.
bailed, yeah. I was here at 19th, 3 hours. Not worth it.
Well, it's longer than that now. It's 5.
Well, 3 hours waiting for
Oh, for nothing?
For nothing. 3 hours.
I waited 2.5, but I got in.
Okay, no, I got in after waiting about 4 hours.
Oh my God.
Great
All right.
universal experience.
Yeah, but hey, I'm working on a theory that now is the time to be hitting every other attraction. Everybody's in Harry Potter.
So empty. Stardust is less than a minute.
Yeah.
It's really fast.
Really? Oh, it's a walk on?
Yes, walk on. Walk on.
Stardust.
Walk on.
Next.
Let's go.
Thanks, Chris. See you around.
Bye, guys.
And having exited, it's now being posted at 35 minutes, so they bumped it up. But it still looks like it's the same. There goes Chris. He's just entered the queue. Why they bumped it up to 35, I'm not sure. But yeah, they're walking right on. They're doing the same thing we just did, so it's probably still 20, 25 minutes right now. However, I do think that there is a point at which that Harry Potter effect wears off, and it should be coming up pretty soon. It is now 10:11. My guess is somewhere around how long it takes for those initial rope droppers to get out of the queue. The longer we get into the day, the more of those Harry Potter guests that rope dropped it are getting out of the queue and into the park. So I'd say you've got about 2, maybe 3 hours for that really to work, but it's still probably in effect now. We're actually going to head over to, do you want to go try Stardust?
Let's go do it. Yeah, I'm excited.
Let's go to Stardust Racers. Quick stop over at Bowser's Challenge to see if the effect is working here as well. Yeah, this one's still at 35, which is very good for Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. Yeah, I'm not seeing any kind of backup here. That's standby. That's down the middle. They're going straight up. Looks like in around, we can't see the whole queue from here, but that looks pretty easy.
Bowser's one of my top favorite Nintendo characters.
You still haven't been on that ride, have you?
Huh?
You haven't been on this one, right?
We have this at ours?
Yeah, that's the one attraction we have.
No, I have not.
You've only been in the land, but you didn't go on the ride, right? Yeah, okay. Now, Bowser's Challenge is surprising me anyway, in that it's one of the, I would say, 5 attractions of the exit. Okay, it's drawing a huge crowd. This is one of the places where you'll find, an hour, 2-hour wait. Which I would rather. There's a bunch of rides I'd rather be doing here than Bowser's Challenge because they're newer. We've already had Bowser's at 2 other parks. So, but yeah, for some, dude, Super Nintendo World is probably the busiest universe in the entire park, all in.
I'm gonna go play N64 now when I get home.
We just warped. So obviously we're not able to take the camera into the queue. You can only take it as far as the the lockers, etc. But it was a posted 15-minute wait time, which was down. It was at 25 when we came by here once. We were going to go do some recon at Harry Potter, or we did some recon at Harry Potter. And we thought about coming here. I'm like, no, let's wait. So the time has come down, and it wasn't even 15 minutes. We walked straight to our vehicle. There was no stopping other than to do the what do you call it, bag check, the security scanners. The only queue that exists in this place right now is the people waiting for the front seat or the back seat, which is about 10 deep, I think. The front seat was maybe 10 guests deep, maybe 15, but there was nobody. They were launching empty vehicles. And there's something else that I've been observing here that I don't want to get into yet, but besides the Harry Potter effect, the park is It's dead. It's really dead. But we're going to talk about why that might be in a minute. Let's find our next destination. Headed next to Isle of Berk. We might be doing some of the rides here, but really what we're here for is to check in on the Toothless Meet and Greet, which is the premier draw at this land, this universe. The Toothless Meet and Greet, we've seen waits upwards of 2 hours. When we got here at like 9 a.m., the wait was 100 minutes, I think it was? Yeah, 100 minutes, hour and a half plus. It has recently gone down. It's being posted right now at 45, middle of the day. Again, it's shockingly slow right now. So we're gonna see if we can't take this opportunity to go meet Toothless, so we'll do a little recon while we're in the queue. Well, it was posted at 45, it is now saying 40 or 55, which, I mean, who knows? Who knows how accurate that is? The queue is full-ish. We're at just about the threshold to get into the queue. So we're looking at probably, you know, this is about what it normally looks like. The times that I've come through here, it's looked about like this. Once more, once we get in the queue, it doesn't get much longer. Only a few guests have come in after us. We've worked through this part of the queue. It's been 10 minutes. We've been in the queue for 10 minutes so far. And I would say we're maybe a quarter of the way through. So this could wind up being in the 40-minute range. They're all trapped. There's probably still 3 or 4 hours worth of guests in that queue. If the queue was operating, if they were running normally, there would be a steady flow of guests heading back into the park. But there aren't anymore. There aren't any guests coming back into the park. They're just staying there because they don't dump the queue and people are afraid. They don't want to leave because they got FOMO. They're afraid that if they get out, they won't be able to get back in again. Or they'll miss, it'll just start up right when they leave. So people stay in the queue and they're trapped in there for 3 or 4 hours. Or who knows how long. It's been 2 so far. So there's at least 2 hours worth of guests trapped in that queue that are not in other queues throughout the park. I'm gonna talk about what that is more in a little bit. But we gotta get back to our vlog that we're shooting also to show everybody that dragon. They've got 2 dragons. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. It's so cute. Oh, there he goes. So he's just leaving. He's just saying, oh, he's saying hi to guests outside. Oh my God, it's amazing. Stormfly normally would meet out in the park, out elsewhere. You said like right over here, right?
Yeah, usually he meets like over near the popcorn stand
yeah.
with Astrid.
It's
But
a
I think
separate
it's a little
meet and
hot
greet.
out. So I
But
think,
it is 90 something right now, right?
yeah.
But don't you feel like that's going to double our wait time now?
Yeah, but it's gonna take everybody twice as long, right?
Right?
I don't know. Is that how it works?
I think it will, right? Because that guest isn't leaving the queue.
You're better with the math than me. I'm not sure.
Well, this is more of a logical, like just like so. Let's just say.
I mean, I guess technically it wouldn't because it's almost like 2 queues that have like a 5-minute thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. Maybe it's just 5 minutes longer.
Yeah.
Not twice as long, but 5 minutes longer.
Yeah.
But having said that, we haven't moved in 9 minutes. We haven't moved in 9 minutes.
This could be the longest line in the park. I
It's
think
the only thing happening right now in the park right now is this. Everything else is dead.
Yeah.
Everything. Including a very dead Harry Potter.
But you know what? It's worth it. This is worth it. Meet Toothless.
That's what you
is
keep
worth
saying. We'll find out.
You've been in line for 49 minutes?
49 minutes, yep. And we still got a little ways to go. I'd say at least 10 more minutes, just being very slow. But you'll see when we finally meet Toothless, you'll see why it's a 49-minute wait and more. 58 minutes. 58 minutes to get to, well, we're not quite at the front. Or they ship you from this point over around the corner to the secondary queue. So 58 minutes plus maybe 5 to 10 more minutes over there. So it's going to be an hour and 10 minutes all in, I think. Stormfly's here. Oh my gosh, how fortuitous. So that was a 40-minute loop. 40 minutes from when he left stage before, right? We're at an hour and 10 right now, hour 12. He left stage at 30. Yeah, so it's been 40 minutes. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
He just uses my leg. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah. For someone whose name is Toothless, he's got those really white.
You didn't know.
No, I didn't know. They were retractable. I was very confused.
Little step. Yeah. Did you get your zoomies?
Yep, there it is.
And we're in France at the Ministry of Magic-ish. And about a half an hour ago, the queues opened up for Battle at the Ministry, and you're seeing a lot of guests coming in now. It's posted right now, let's see, at 180 minutes. So it's from 5 hours down to 3 hours. 180. And I feel like maybe the best you're going to get, there it is, 180 minutes. I feel like the best you're going to get today is maybe 120 later today. That's what everybody's saying. And confirmed Harry Potter is open. The Metro Flu is taking guests. It started at 180. It is up to 240 now. That's 4 hours. 4 hours. I'm trying to see if I can't find the attraction. And the standby right here. Let's just go take a peek. I want to see how much of that rear queue they're using back there. Was I not supposed to? No, I was not supposed to go that way. See, they had me in this queue right there, but that can't be right. Oh no, it is right. That is right. I was supposed to go back and through this way, but I just want to see. It does look like they're using that entire rear space back there. Wow. Too soon for us, though, to get into this queue for recon. The plan right now is to try to come back after dinner tonight at about 8 o'clock. I want to see if we can't wait this thing out a little bit, spend some more time out in the rest of Epic Universe, have some more fun. And I feel like that's the strategy right now, is to not be in a hurry to get into Ministry or Battle at the Ministry and wait it out. Now, it was down for 5 hours. Battle at the Ministry was down for 5 hours, but it took them a good solid 3 or 4 hours to finally flush the queue. And so people were just hanging out in there and waiting and waiting and waiting. And they're all afraid to get out of the queue. They finally did exit everybody, and they issued a bunch of express passes, which is gonna be a problem for when this ride, it's gonna be a problem for those standby guests. That's probably why it's up to 4 hours now, is because there was thousands of people were issued express passes for that and for another attraction somewhere else in the park. So we're gonna take a shot. We're gonna try to see if we can't hold out a little bit and get back here about 8 o'clock, and we're gonna hope for something like 2 hours. So the recon thing here in the parks is not going exactly as I had expected it would. Not even close. I was prepared for disaster. And even just a normal day would have been, kind of cool to see. I want to see what the queues are like, but it's just not happening. I looked up the tip board, whatever they call it, at Universal Orlando or at Islands of Adventure, and it's like 40, 50, 60 minutes per attraction. So, I have some thoughts, I have some ideas, but my one theory that I had going for me regarding Harry Potter, maybe not so much, because that attraction is open now. What I do want to know now at this point is if a 10-minute wait time at Minecart Madness, which has been probably the second most popular attraction here at Epic, I want to see if that's real, 10 minutes. Wow, it is legit a walk-on. Look at this. It's empty. I thought this was a light queue when we went in before. Wow. So this is the part of the thing, that conversation that it confuses me. This was a 25-minute wait at Rope Drop. Now there was sort of a rope drop rush, right? Everybody at Rope Drop went to one of maybe 4 attractions. Monsters, this one, Stardust perhaps, Harry Potter. Most people went to Harry Potter. But okay, so that happened this morning at Rope Drop. Where did all those people go? Where are they now? Where did they go? I mean, literally, that's it. That's the whole queue. This is essentially the back of the queue. We walked straight on. I am so befuddled. There you go. There's the whole queue right there. That's the whole queue, you guys. Incredible. This was one of the busiest attractions in the park since it's open. And we actually rode twice. We got done. They said we can go again if we want. You had to get out and get back in. But we did that. We just rode twice. That is how not busy Minecart Madness is right now. Or how not busy this park is. Let's take a look at the wait times. All right, check this out. Harry Potter, 4 hours, 240 minutes. Meet Toothless, 45 minutes. It's that and more probably. And then it just starts to vanish. Look at that. Stardust Racers is 15. Monsters is 10. Minecart, 10. Constellation 5. Yoshi's Adventure, 5. Hiccup, 5. Werewolf, 5. Fire Drill, 5. Dragon Race Rally, 5. Bowser's Challenge is open. We can go. Everything is a walk-on. So what does this mean? It means still that there's 4 hours worth of guests stuck in that queue over there at Harry Potter, and they're not in here. Let's do some math on that. If there's 4 hours worth of guests in that queue right now, let's just pretend that Harry Potter is a regular ride and it takes about an hour. It's a regular, popular, busy ride. It takes about an hour. That means there's 3 hours worth of guests who would normally be in another queue right now. Take the top 5. Take the top 5 attractions besides Harry Potter. Split that up. Divide that 3 hours by 5 attractions. That's 180 minutes. I'm trying to do the math now. 5. Well, let's call it 6. 6 into what? That's another 30 minutes per attraction. If you spread out that 180 minutes that are trapped in Harry Potter, and you put it in 6 other attractions here, that would be 30 minutes each. And that's actually going to be worse. It's more likely rides like Yoshi aren't going to attract that crowd. Rides like Stardust Racers, probably not. So you could add 40 minutes, 50 minutes to Monsters. That would be an hour right now. Minecart Madness would be an hour right now, probably. Hiccup's Winged Glider, probably 45 minutes. And then the others, you can add 10, 15, 20 minutes to those as well. Harry Potter is creating such a fascinating impact on standby wait times park-wide right now, and this isn't even as bad as it could get. It's been worse. It's been 300 minutes like we saw this morning, and people are actually spending 5 hours in that queue. It's incredible, and I gotta know. I really need to know what it's like in that queue. Our patience, I think, is being rewarded, although there's still a chance for this to fail. But Harry Potter Battle of the Ministry is now down to 100 minutes. 100 minutes. It is 7:53, and we've been putting this off since, what, 9 a.m.?
Yeah,
Since 9 a.m.?
Yeah.
Now, it helps that the park has been getting less and less busy as the day goes on.
Yeah.
People are leaving, etc. But it does seem like there's fewer people trying to get in. So that's why the wait time goes down, because as the day progresses, either people have already been on, or they're not gonna, and people are leaving the park, and so there's less and less demand as the day goes on. So if you are able to be patient and wait until the end of the night, you might get rewarded with just a 100-minute wait. Remember we were walking through 180? That's not bad.
I know, for real. Like the team member Felix was like, "That's not bad." I was like, "Yeah, it's not bad. I would do it. It was 500 before or whatever."
Wow. All right, let's go check it out. I mean, already, look at this. You can just tell. You can just feel that it's not as intense right now.
This might be less than what it says.
Yeah, I think we're gonna break 100.
I think so.
Unless it breaks down. If it doesn't break down, we're gonna break 100. And I say that not knowing because I've only been in this attraction one time, so I have no idea for sure. That's just the way it feels. It feels like there's less and less demand for this attraction right now. There you go, 100 minutes for the Battle at the Ministry. And already, remember when we came through here before, this was all full. We could see back there, they were using oh my God, they're not even using the rear queue. Already we're winning. They're not even using the rear queue back there. We're going straight to the flu. We're going straight to the flu. That's incredible. This is the flu.
Oh my God,
In a minute, babe, in a minute, you're gonna see the greatest queue you've ever seen in your life. On the other side of this flu. That is the coolest thing, I swear, that is so cool. So I just started the clock, but it's only been a minute. It's taken us maybe 2 minutes to get to this point. It's 1 minute and 27 seconds so far. I can't even do time stops on this because we keep moving. This is incredible. What's happening right now is... No, we got a ways to go still. It's a very cavernous queue. Oh, here we go. We found the back. We found the back. So this is probably, if memory serves, from this point it was maybe an hour. This was exactly where I was when the ride came back online after I had been broken down for a good hour and a half.
Wow, you stayed in that queue?
Yeah, I stood here for an hour and a half waiting for it to come back open. That's what I was saying before about when people get in this queue, most people are reluctant to get out because you just never know.
Right.
You know, you're waiting, you're thinking, okay, it's going to come back online, and you don't want to miss out, or you know, you don't know if the ride's going to come back at all. You don't want to miss your chance. You've already invested so much time. But this is where we picked it up, and I want to say it took about an hour. But I can tell you that this queue is...
It might be even less, the way that...
No, the way it's moving right now, this is nothing like what it was. We were inching through the queue that night. Into this room now, we're at 22 minutes. We've crossed the point of mix with Express. So we're past the mix point with Express. We're into... So now from now on, it should be downhill. And at 22 minutes, I'm gonna guess maybe another 20, 30 minutes to the ride vehicle.
It is very exciting. Wow, what is that? You are here for this most important day.
We're making really good time right now. All in at this point as we go up the stairs. The stairs is the last interval. You go up the stairs, then you go back down the stairs. We're at 31 minutes right now. We've been in this queue for 31 minutes. I'm thinking not more than 10 more to get to our vehicle. So we're probably going to be in our vehicle in around 40. Way faster than even that. We're just about to get assigned to our boat. We're at 35 minutes total. Unbelievable. That's our boat right there. 36 minutes. 36. Unbelievable. Can't believe we did it.
It's about time she stands before the Wizengamot. Oh my God! To the tiny room. What a beauty! Oh my God! Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. Okay, just finished our Battle at the Ministry ride through. 35 minutes to the vehicle, and it was actually, that was kind of a rough 35 minutes because there were stretches where we were not moving at all. For like 10 minutes we didn't move. So it could have even been less, but as the night wears on, it is now 8:46. This is the time. This is the time. If you're coming to Epic Universe right now, I would say, without a doubt, I mean, I've only been on it twice now, but it just seems really obvious that you shouldn't it is contrary to good strategy to rope drop this attraction because everybody else is. They're all feeding the hype. They're all saying Battle of Ministries is a terribly difficult attraction. Everybody wants to get it done first. They want to try to beat the rush, but you actually have to wait out the rush at Ministry. We did a whole bunch of stuff. We did three rides or so by 10 a.m. this morning. We got Monsters, we got Stardust, we did Minecart, and we probably could have done more. We weren't even trying hard. And by the way, we could have easily done every ride here, and probably twice maybe. It was just dead all day today. I don't know how reliable that's going to be though. I would say it's going to be like this possibly for until maybe the late June, July kind of thing. For a couple of months, I think this is intentional. And I'm going to go ahead and get into that now as we wrap things up a little bit. I think the light crowds today were by design. Capacity, I was looking at Thrill data, and they're showing, if I'm reading it correctly, they're showing the capacity today at about 13,000, which seems high. It feels like it was less crowded than it was during the previews, but so many of those people were, 3,000 or so probably could have been in that queue right now, or back then, earlier in the day. So there's that. But it didn't seem like it was 13,000 today, but that was where they're at. Capacity is going to be going up a little bit throughout the coming months. And I feel like July is when they're going to start getting up to full capacity. So I think, trying to remember what my point was there, you're probably going to find something like this, similar to, for the next couple of months. All right, well, I got maybe a little bit more to say on that subject, but for now we're going to take a break because this has been all recon and no fun. Well, it's been fun, but we've got about an hour left in the night, and Liz and I are going to knock out one of our, we've done, this will be our 10th attraction of the day. Actually 11th, because we did Minecart twice, and she's actually done Monsters 3 times. But we will have done every attraction here easily. Looks like we've picked up some friends again.
Oh, what a great view.
Now at 9:08, we were actually seeing an actual queue. This is the most people I've seen in a queue aside from Harry Potter pretty much since this morning, since 9 a.m. It's posted 15, and it might actually be that. I didn't turn on the watch, so I'm not how certain I am of that. But yeah, this could actually be 15 minutes, which is interesting. And I don't know, man. It's interesting. You know what? I've got some final thoughts on this. When we're done with Werewolf, we'll finish that out. But I think that there's a logical reason. It's not because I don't think it's because people didn't want to buy tickets or that there's no demand. I mean, there's maybe part of that, but I think there's an actual logical reason for this. So it's only been 7 minutes, so that's not bad actually. It's posted 50. There's quite a few people there, but it went really fast. We'll be about 8 minutes to our vehicle here. Oh look, it's a full moon. I want to see the werewolf.
Greetings, travelers. The time has come.
I gotta be honest, I was not prepared for how this day went. I was expecting a busier day. This is not. I thought they were gonna open things up. I was even anticipating disaster, considering how badly things went in the weeks leading up to opening day. Now, and I'm hearing conflicting reports about how many people are in the park today. 6,000, 13,000, 17,000. I don't know which is accurate. The data that I saw was based on thrill data. I don't know where they get it. I don't know if it's any more reliable than hearing what I hear from people, you know, out here in the park, etc. But that does feel like maybe a right number. I thought maybe a little bit lower than that. Okay, so having said that, and the reason why I bring that up is to sort of wrap up the idea of what is this park like? What should we have expected, and how real is this what we see? Because it feels like you're going to hear people talk about how dead it was. You're going to hear people talk about what's going on, you know, why was it so dead? But there's some good reasons. There's two good reasons for that, for a potentially much lower than you would consider attendance for opening day. Opening day is usually like a big deal, no matter what, no matter where you go. First is that they're selling those 3-day tickets. They're selling those, it's 1 day at Epic and then 2 days at either, you know, Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios Orlando. Some of those guests who, everybody here had to have bought that ticket, that 3-day ticket. So some of those guests maybe went to Orlando today. Maybe they went to Islands of Adventure and they're not here. There's that. Two, I think that they are intentionally suppressing attendance because of all that negative reaction they were getting, the disasters, the closing Harry Potter for, Stardust Racers was closed for like 3 days straight. Minecart Madness was down for a couple of days. Harry Potter they couldn't get that figured out. Lots of attractions were having issues, and they didn't want the park to be too busy and fail, because maybe they were a little concerned they're not 100% ready. Which actually I have to say, as far as performance goes, apart from Harry Potter, apart from the Battle of the Ministry, every ride was working great. I mean, I don't think I've experienced any sort of failures operationally. So good job on that. And I think it's going to be this way. I mentioned that before. I think it's going to be this way for a little while. I don't think this is a demand issue. I don't think this is a reflection on people's interest in coming to Epic. I think there's lots of interest here. I mean, everybody's having, like, I haven't heard any bad comments. Nobody's upset. Nobody's whatever. And it's just Harry Potter. And that, I'm telling you, I said that math earlier. It's a long-winded outro. I said this math earlier. Take those 3 hours worth of guests that are stuck in the Harry Potter queue and put them elsewhere in these queues, and they'll all look more normal, 30, 40, 50 minutes. So there's that. The Harry Potter effect is very real in my opinion. So that's my recon advice right now. You know, we're only 3 days into this. I've only been here 3 times. Don't rope drop Harry Potter. Don't do it. Wait until the end of the night. If you're going to be here, you know, all day, or just if you're going to be here half a day and it's the end of the day, then don't do it. I mean, unless you're absolutely compelled, but I just don't think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea to hit, you know, basically any other attraction in the park besides Harry Potter, and then just kind of put that off as long as possible. The times do go down. I think they will go down. I think that will be consistent. And then that's it. I mean, that's the story here at Epic Universe. I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. Fresh Baked.